Today, it's all about entitled people. Welcome back to the Two Daddies Judging Baddies podcast. I fucked that up. I fucked up the cadence.
You got it.
I messed it
It's
up.
all good.
Today, we have entitled people. Dylan, have you ever met an entitled person?
I mean, I try to be one as much as I can because I'm the hero of the story.
That's right.
Fucking everybody else is just a B character.
There have been so many times in life. I went to Wingstop in Lexington, and they just opened. It probably had been open for like 3 days. So I go there. There's a bunch of people, okay? And this lady is just complaining about the wait time. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, come on, man. They just open, like, cut them some damn slack. Like 30 minutes in. I'm like, how long have you been waiting? She's like an hour now. And I was like, oh, this is fucking, she's like, this is terrible.
Oh, so she wasn't that entitled. She was.
I thought she was super entitled.
I had an entitled person. Me and my buddy Scott went to the emo show, and
Our Scott?
Mm-hmm.
We love you, Scott.
And we went there, and so it was 3 cover bands. They were kind of like a hodgepodge of each other. Like the first band then played kind of in the same lineup for the second band. So it was All American Rejects, then Paramore, and those bands were very similar. But then it went to My Chemical Romance. And so My Chemical Romance has a song that is very famous, but isn't on the album that they're covering. And so at the end of the My Chemical Romance show, there's just this drunk lady, and she's like, "Play, I'm not okay. I'm not okay." And like, she just starts screaming and like fucking like drunk falling on people. And like, I'm like, okay, like, all right, you said your piece. After every single song that they played, they're playing the album, like the Black Parade album. So they're playing the album. It's not going to come up on this, but like, you will be okay. Like, I get that the name of the show is not I'm Not Okay. So most likely they're probably going to cover this song at some point. But like, you don't have to. It's like when everybody yells like Freebird or some jackass thing. But like, she was super shit-faced, just like berating everybody around her and like yelling. And I was like, dude, like,
Teenagers scare the living shit out of. Is that the one they went off on?
I mean, that's in the Black Parade album.
Those are the only 2 My Chemical Romance songs I know.
I think it might not be. I don't know. Like, I like My Chemical Romance, and I like Paramore, and I like All American Rejects.
So Dylan, I'm gonna cut Dylan off real quick because he showed me the times that he was having at that little. It was like a cover band thing. And look, Mike has his thoughts on cover band people. I'm just like, look, we ain't got to. I guess there's a market for it, sure, and you can't watch your favorite bands play live. But after he showed me the lead singer of the cover band for Paramore, I now support all cover bands.
Yeah.
If you look like that.
No, she fit the look perfectly, but yeah, she was a very attractive.
I was like, Dylan, you should have went up to her and been like, hey, we have a studio if you ever need to shoot music videos for your cover. That's why
I think shooting music videos for a cover band's kind of weird.
It's so hard when we're like getting actors and then we got to get women actors. And I'm just like, we can't approach women and just be like, hey, you want to be in a movie?
We have a couch in the studio.
And we got a couch, a nice little comfy couch in the studio. You want to come sit on it?
Do you want to, what is it called? Casting. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing casting.
Yeah.
And we have a couch.
Wait, is this casting couch? No. Just come down. And then she sits down and I'm like, tell the camera a little bit about yourself. Oh, no.
Two daddies. Judging baddies.
Oh, am I starting off the shindig?
Yeah.
All right. The Arbiter of the grocery store line. The worst person that I've ever met about being in a store, restaurant, or anything is my wife's dad. Like, he just, if he's waiting 5 minutes, he's just like, well, we could just go to a different restaurant. Like, if there's a line there, oh my God, if you pull up to a restaurant and it has a line, he's just like, no, we need to go somewhere. This is ridiculous.
You realize that by the time you get in the car and then you get to the other place, and if there's any sort of wait, that you're waiting the same amount of time. So you're already here. Just, wait it out.
He's not allowed to go on vacation with us anymore either because it's just a headache.
Ruins the fun.
Fuck yeah, it just ruins it. Like, you're at the beach. A lot of people are at the beach. So when you go to a restaurant, there's going to be like people waiting and shit. And then he just cannot fathom. He's like, all these fucking fat ass people come to a restaurant to eat. I'm like, you're at the same restaurant to come eat at. Like,
yeah.
You're at the restaurant. You're one of the people.
Yeah. And when you go to the beach, you should probably anticipate that that's going to be the.
I am going to say he is very autistic. Like, he is super. And he grew up, in the 70s where he wasn't autistic. He was just different, and you could beat it out of him. You can't. Because whatever he had, he still got. So, the arbiter of the grocery store line. I'm at the grocery store, standing in line to the cash register, listening to my music in my headphones. I've been standing there for a couple of minutes. There's a decent line formed behind me. As it's nearing my turn, I noticed a rack of batteries next to the cashier where they typically are. I remembered that I needed to buy that as well, so I take a step to the left, reach out, and grab the pack of batteries and turn back. Uh-oh. Immediately, I noticed that one person who was right behind me, some older guy, took the opportunity to sneak past me. All right, asshole, move, but I'm not going to say anything. He only had 1 or 2 items in his hand anyways, not a big deal to start a conflict over. Then I noticed that the person who's standing behind me, an old lady with tons of items in her cart, is trying to get my attention. I figured that she just wanted to inform me of the guy who cut in line, so I take my headphones off and prepare to reassure her that it wasn't a big deal to me. Excuse me, she goes. What? I say, now slightly confused. Oh, wait. Excuse me, she goes. What? I say, now slightly confused. You left the line. You're in my spot now. You need to go all the way to the back of the... You need to go all the way back to the end of the line. Seriously? She kept on insisting, so I told her, lady, I've been standing in this line longer than you have. If you think me reaching out for an item in passing means I left the line and that you're entitled to my spot, then you're off your rocker. That's absurd. Stop being ridiculous. At this point, she turned to another lady standing behind her for moral support and started complaining about the youth of today. I'm in my 40s. Well,
These young whippersnappers.
To anybody old, you could be the youth of today.
Yeah.
I just told her to go pound sand and that she can continue waiting in line in her spot like she's supposed to, because I'm not even going to entertain this nonsense. I put my headphones back on and turned my back to her. If she had anything else to say to me, I wouldn't know. So I got hit with the double whammy of 2 entitled people in a row trying to take advantage of me. One successfully and one unsuccessfully. How was your day, man? Pretty good. My day's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the wild thing is like if I was the guy standing behind that person and they literally just moved a couple feet to grab something, I would not just bump up in line. I would just wait to see what they're doing. If they walk away and then try to come back into line, I'd be like, hey, you left. But if you're within 5 to 10 feet and you just grabbed something and came back, I would be watching what you're doing and not force you out of line.
I'd have pinched a little bit of the guy's shirt in front of me and just pulled him backwards. Just stepped in front.
Yeah.
Nodded at him.
But that's when everybody loses their cool. Just be a decent human. Why the fuck it's going to take 2 seconds to get through this fucking line.
We're all going to get through it eventually.
Yes. But to be that, get to the back of the line. All right. Fuck you, bitch. But I do think that both of them are being entitled. The person in line, I'm sorry, if somebody raises that big of a stink, I'll just fuck you guys. I'll walk down to another register or whatever, but
not today. Not me. I remember too, it was so fun. Me and Lizzie were at Food Line and we're about to get into a line and this guy with a buggy just zooms right up. And I'm like, that's we would have made it if he didn't just start power walking up there, and he's got a cart full of shit. So we're behind him, and probably 5 seconds later, another employee walks up and is like, oh, this line's open. So we just walked over there.
Yeah. I like when those people are already in line and then they feel since they're you're the next person in this line. You're already in the fucking stanchion. You're not getting out to go to the next person.
I can't stand people that don't know how to use dual lines or dual drive-thrus. It annoys the shit out of me.
I had that at Chick-fil-A the other day. We had to get food for the girls before a birthday party. And so I pull up and I go through the mobile line and I'm way in front of all these other people, but then they zoom up and then do the whole push in, they're not going to let, because of the way that the lines go, the mobile has to squeeze in, and the people over there were just trying to cut me off. And I'm like, dude, you fucking checked out 3 minutes ago, or 3 minutes after I was already in this line. Just zipper it in. That person goes, I go, that person, and but especially at Chick-fil-A, you get the entitled people.
Fuck yeah, you
It's
do.
the new Starbucks.
For not good food.
It's very,
baffling.
It's very mediocre.
And then for the price, I think because I always talk about price versus deliciousness. Mediocre food at a high price makes it way less delicious.
Well, yeah, the girls got chicken nuggets. They're almost $1 a piece. I'm for a little tiny piece of chicken, it's $1. I remember when you used to be able to get a fucking sandwich from McDonald's for $1. And I know I'm gonna sound old, but it's crazy how expensive
you don't sound old. That was fucking 8 years ago.
It's crazy. like just all of a sudden, yeah, like you want a sub now. It's like $16 at a restaurant. And it's like
At
this used to
Subway,
be-
$5 footlong's $12 now.
Yeah. It's wild. America.
Maybe we're entitled.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Maybe inflation's gone crazy. All right. Am I the asshole for expecting a girl to get off a treadmill in the gym? That's my treadmill, bitch.
Is she sitting there taking pictures of herself though? Not using it?
The gym I go to doesn't have a lot of treadmills, and I've recently started running. I went to the gym with my partner last night, and all the treadmills were in use.
That's the craziest shit, man. I love when people are like, yeah, I've started running or walking, and you know, I go to the gym, get on a treadmill. Well, you walk to the gym and then go lift weights when you get there because you walked.
Well, maybe it's inclement weather. It is winter time.
I just enjoy a walk way more. I'll never get on a treadmill. Me and Dylan will go walk 10 miles and then shoot a podcast.
I got 2 at the house. I used some because people like give them away on Marketplace, and so you're just like, oh, a free treadmill. And so my parents, when it's not good weather, my dad will put a couple miles in on the treadmill, which is good. All right, I used some weight machines to start, then went back to the treadmills. I noticed there was a girl just sat on the treadmill while her friend was using the treadmill next to her. She'd been there for at least 15 minutes not using it, so I went up and asked if she was planning to use it. She said she was with her friend, but I just said she can wait next to her friend machine instead of taking up machines from people who want to use them. She shrugged her shoulders and refused to move. A woman comes over and asks me what's happening, so I explain. She said she's the girl's mother and that I wouldn't be telling her daughter to move. No, you should tell your daughter to move. That's your job now. You're here? Okay. Deal with it. I just said her daughter shouldn't be taking up machines she has no intention of using. She said her daughter is fine to sit there if she wants to and that she's doing nothing wrong. I just said I can see where her daughter gets her entitlement from. Nice.
Right. Snarked. Hit him with a snark. They're not expecting it. They're just sitting there thinking they're going to come up and be a Karen.
Tell my daughter.
And then you snark the fuck out of them. Snark them hard.
She said I was out of order for commenting on her parenting, but I just said she should be a better parent if she can't handle any criticism. A member of staff came over, and when I explained what was going on, asked the daughter to move off the treadmill or leave the gym. My girlfriend said maybe I shouldn't have argued with the mother, but I don't see how I've done anything wrong. Am I the asshole for asking a girl to get off a treadmill in the gym, then arguing with her mother? I probably would have been like, hey, babe, can you go and tell that girl to get, like, I'm not going to go up to like a teenage girl and be like, you need to move, blah, blah, blah.
Beat up the mother in front of the teenage girl to teach her a lesson. There you go.
But once the mother gets there, like, it's a more appropriate interaction. Like, you asked her to move. She's not moving. You find don't argue with a 15-year-old girl at the gym.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with a 15-year-old girl. I'm going to just uppercut her mother out of the sneakers, and then she learns a valuable lesson. Trauma can teach people a lot.
All right, so there's a comment that says, not the asshole, but next time you might consider just notifying the attendant first.
That's the easiest thing to do, bro. Sometimes it's okay to be a tattletale.
Yeah.
I hate when people are like, you don't snitch on people. That's if you're a gangster and you partook in the crime and you're telling on somebody so you get a lesser punishment. That's what snitching is. Snitching is not like if cops are like, well, we think you did this crime. You're like, no, they did this crime. I had no part in doing that crime.
That's not snitching.
Yeah, I wish I'd have known that when I was a kid.
The next person says, before politely asking once, and then it said, did everybody really backslide that far socially? And then the last person says, after you've asked politely once, don't stick around to argue. And I think that's my take on it, is you ask, hey, I would like to use this machine. Can you please move? She says no. Go to the attendant and be like, hey, there's this girl just sitting on a fucking machine.
Because they can make you move.
Yes. And that's their job, is to basically be the arbiter of what's going on in the gym. But yeah, I think you get your wife in some MMA classes and then just have her whoop the shit out of the mom.
Beat the hell out of somebody, yeah. Which, I mean, some wives already come preloaded to whoop ass.
Yeah.
So, girlfriend's parents decide to visit to avoid the storm in their state, demand to use my car, and get master suite instead of guest room. Y'all could go home.
That was the thing when my parents moved in with me the first time. They're like, well, we should get the master suite. I'm like, I get it. But like, I bought the house. So like,
Were they being serious or joking?
Yeah, like, and I understand their point of view, like they are the parents, like, but it is and so it was the changing of dynamics that
Right.
we had to go through, but like they weren't being mean or anything about it, but they're like, yeah, like we should have our own private bathroom and all that stuff, and I was like, you just have to walk down the hall to get to your own bathroom.
Yeah, you just got to do a little bit of traveling.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and I have been together for nearly 2.5 years, and in that time, her parents have always been cold towards me. Then you ain't coming to my house. You can die in whatever storm you're in. They live in the Midwest, and they are of the opinion that California is a cesspool, and Los Angeles, where I live, even more so. They decided that with an incoming snowstorm, they are staying with us so close to the ocean would be better for them. What the fuck? This person does not know how to word stories.
They're from Los Angeles, California.
Yeah,
they're making it interesting for you.
God.
Cesspool.
I love Californians and Texans talking shit about each other. I'm like, y'all are the same people.
Anybody, like, and I'm sorry, but it goes with being American, or like, we're all fucking humans on this earth. I don't give a shit where you're from. That doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you cooler. There's not more like class and style. Like, no, we're all just fucking people. Like you live in Los Angeles where there's a fucking billion people, and you live in Texas where you live probably with a billion people, but there's ranches out there. So you're a country boy. But like, it doesn't matter where the fuck you're from. Just be not a shit stain.
Right. I got home from work yesterday to her parents taking a nap in the master bedroom, and they were not happy when I kicked them out of the guest bedroom. We went out for dinner Friday night, and they were not happy with the quality, remarking that they preferred Taco Bell or Chipotle. I just turned out for the rest of the night.
Class.
I just tuned out for the rest of the night. This morning, after waking up, they asked me to use my car. They asked me to use my car for them independently visiting tourist spots. I drive a modified Ford Focus RS. I am not handing these people a 500 horsepower car, especially as neither of them have driven a stick shift in over 30 years. I told them this and offered to rent them a car as I get good rates through my employer. Nope. Not only was that not acceptable, they didn't want my Focus to drive. They wanted to drive my 1967 Pontiac GTO. They said it's their dream to drive a classic convertible up PCH to see the sights. Never mind the fact that PCH is practically burnt to a crisp until you get past Malibu. That was a hard no for me, and they reluctantly took the Camry I rented for them. This is going to be a really long 10 days.
That is crazy that you're like, oh, I'm not really keen on you. Can we borrow your classic fucking, like, no, I'm sorry. There's no borrowing a literal antique. You can't go out and just buy one of these. Like, you have to search and find, like, no, you're not.
Yeah, no, we don't want to drive the Ford Focus. We want to drive the classic car because that's our dream.
Then buy one.
And they're cold to you. Y'all just wouldn't be able to come over to my house. Y'all would have to die in a storm. They could just go back to their home state. The person responded, actually, with over 12,000 flights canceled already due to the storm, they probably can't. Another commenter said, there's always the classic, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. That is so true. Go to a hotel. Ozymandias says flying isn't the only option. Another commenter said trebuchets.
Yeah, fucking the launcher thing that throws them
are economical and effective. How big of a am I saying that right? Trebuchet?
Yeah, trebuchet. I think
trebuchet. Would you need to send 2 people from California to the Midwest? Could you even make one that big enough? Make one big enough. God damn, I can't read. There should be a math for that. But the scaling is the issue. But a series of trebuchets may be a viable option. You just set them however many miles apart. They're essentially just like connecting flights with a lot more G-force. Yeah. Landings are a bit of a bitch, but I'm not the assholes taking the flight. So, yeah. I don't know. Does girlfriend not know how her parents are?
I mean, that's the hard part, though, is when it comes to parents, it, like, you've had your interactions with your father-in-law, but, like, it's one of those things where if they were just decent to homeboy, most likely most of these issues, yeah, you're not going to give them the master suite. You're not going to let them borrow your cars and stuff, but it's their aggression, like their aggressive attitude towards you. Like, no, we deserve, no, you don't. Like, I date your daughter and like, I love her, whatever. But that doesn't give you anything. Like, I'm probably going to show up more for you than I would a normal person, but I don't like love you. I love her. And you're just an extension of her. So I give you a little bit of a pass, but I'm not going to, no. You fucking entitled boomer.
Right. Yeah.
I hate those terms too, but those are the perfect people that like encapsulate.
What is that
term.
really old, the old place in Virginia? What's that called?
I'm not sure.
It's like, it's an old, like they made it look like an old town. I can't remember the fucking name of it.
One of our listeners will put it down, but you can continue.
We just went there a couple years ago, but it's like back during slave times.
Yeah.
Which I have some funny stories on that place too. Because we had a guy there that was convincing us. He was like, but slavery was good because these people wouldn't have had a home otherwise. I'm like, what do you mean by these people? Well, this is terrible. I thought this would be different. But
it's almost like they had a home and then they were brought over here and removed from their, like, I don't know.
So me and my wife are going to go there. This is before we had our youngest. So my wife's parents, the mom and stepdad, were watching the kids. Cool. We're heading up there. Her dad's like, hey, like, y'all were going to Virginia. Well, y'all drive, and it was like 45 miles out of the way to drop me off at this place so I could pick up a truck. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. Because at first, we're in the car, and it's like playing over the car, so I'm being quiet while my wife is talking to him, and she's like trying to be nice at first, and she's like, yeah, we're just trying to get there because, you know, we don't have a lot of time and we want to, and he's just like kept going on and on about it. And I'm like, no, man, we're not doing that.
Is it Alexandria or Jamestown? Or
No.
Williamsburg?
Williamsburg. There you go.
Williamsburg.
Thank you. God bless America. And the funny part about Williamsburg too is there's just so many fucking deer, and they're just in the road. They don't move for you because they're protected down there. And they don't move out of the way, don't do shit, not scared of you. If you're like outside walking, they'll just be like 5 deer that just like roam up all willy-nilly, and they're just like looking at you like, what the fuck are you gonna give me, dog?
It's like 100-pound geese.
Right, yeah, it's fucking annoying.
That's I love animals. Geese annoy the ever, like they're just like, no, we're walking across this road. You fucking stop and wait. And then while we're walking across this road, we're just gonna look at you. Be like, what you gonna do?
You know the people that walk across the street and do that? Like
You just get hit.
The last guy, he always just like looks at you and keeps walking. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Are you being a tough guy right now?
There's a crosswalk over there you could have taken.
No, they take the crosswalk, but still, they just like the last guy, he's like slower than the rest. Everybody's walking through and he just like looks at you. I'm just like, what if I just got out of this car and beat your ass? Like, what?
That's actually how me and Mike met. Did you know that we have bonus episodes?
We do?
Yeah. It's on this website called patreon.com/Mike and Dylan.
So you're telling me, because a Patreon, what you do is you exchange a small monthly fee.
Just a morsel.
A morsel, which in this economy is kind of a lot. But then you get bonus episodes of this podcast, which will honestly benefit your life more than anything else.
Yeah. And we keep some of our best stuff over there.
I mean, this podcast is scientifically proven to lower stress and give you complete erections, even if you're female.
Results not guaranteed.
Results may vary. Side effects of the podcast include anal fissures.
Oh, man. That'd be rough.
Blood coming out of your eyeballs. Lactation from your nipples, male and female.
That would be brutal, wouldn't it? Like if you're just like a dude.
Join the Patreon for Mike and Dylan, because that's what all the medical is. Someone dancing and it's like your stomach bleeding, death from stomach bleeding.
You know, if you could do that though, you would be like probably the biggest OnlyFans model ever. If you were just a male that could lactate.
Yeah, right.
Like medical miracle.
Like if someone
told you I could do it, Mom.
If someone came to me and they was like, I have this cool thing where like when I'm pooping, I can have the turd come out and then suck it back into my butthole. I'd be like, dude, you could be a billionaire on OnlyFans. In the 90s, I'd be like, why would you even tell me that? And then I imagine somebody telling you, and you're like, that's not a skill. And he's like, really? Because I'm a millionaire from it. So what skills do you have? Well, I guess nothing. I guess I'm not good enough in this world.
I can whittle a mean duck. Out of wood.
I ain't whittle a duck out of wood. You know how fucking hard that would be?
Nah, man. Easy.
All right, well, guess what, guys? Next bonus episode, Dylan's going to whittle a duck out of wood while I read stories.
I could do it.
Could you really?
Yeah.
Dead ass. We need to do a bonus episode where you whittle a duck while I read stories.
No.
And what we could do though is like, because the camera flips back and forth. It's like you start with a block, and every so often we just get a different one. And then instead of like a little rubber ducky, which everybody's thinking about, it's like this beautiful fucking duck wooden figure.
It'd be funny though if it was like you see the mid-process duck and it's totally different size as the real duck. Like I'm starting with a little block,
and then it's like a big wooden duck. Yeah, a good old mallard.
We had those up on my extravagant 2 acres in New York State.
When you word it like that, you're like, damn, you had a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then weren't you pretty much Ohioan? Like you were
near Pennsylvania. But yeah, like a land.
Did you ever see Amish people?
All the time. Yeah. At my local grocery store, I've told you, they had a sign that says, he poops, you scoop.
Really?
100%. Yeah. Amish people. And then you'd have people that would help the Amish people. So they'd go pick them up in a van and bring them into town to like do grocery shopping and stuff and take them back out.
Oh, okay. You can get a ride in our technology. You just can't have the technology?
Yeah. That's their rules. They can like be adjacent to it. They just can't own it. Like, so a lot of them will have like a phone on a phone pole, not in their house. So they have to like go out like a payphone and go out and talk. But they'll like sometimes like, and every single Amish community is different. Like certain ones allow them to have cell phones, some don't. Like it just depends on like what church you go to and what your community agrees to.
Right.
But like it's a very communal decision.
But like all of them could build a motor from hand though, right?
No. I mean, they're very smart with like that's one of the craziest things though is they're just like a community, like, and they actually show up. So that's why like Amish community could build a barn in a day because like every motherfucker comes out and helps.
Yeah, just 35 dudes all knowing how to build a barn.
Yep. And they can get it done like instantly. All right, so this one is, my mom's boyfriend surprised me by fixing my car, then demanded money. A few weeks ago, I got into an accident and my car was basically done. It needed new wheels and an alignment and more. And the repairs were going to cost way more than I was willing or able to spend. I had already put over $1,800 into it before. The car is worth $2,500. So I decided I was over it. I just wanted to sell it for scrap and move on. I left the car at my mom's boyfriend's place since it was easier to keep it in his yard. He offered to fix it, but I clearly said no. I told them I didn't care about saving the car, I just wanted to get rid of it. Fast forward to today, I go to pick up my mom and I notice my car looks fixed, like actually repaired. So I ask her what's going on and she casually tells me they repaired it as a surprise.
Surprise, bitch.
Later that day, they explained everything. Apparently, they went ahead and fixed it without my permission and now they want $700 for the repair. Or an alternative option, I can sell the car to him for $800 so he can resell it and make a profit. I never agreed to any repairs. I explicitly said that I didn't want to put more money into it. Now I'm being pressured to either pay for something I didn't ask or sell my own car at a price that conveniently benefits him. Am I crazy for thinking this is completely unfair?
Well, if you sold a junk car, you're not going to get that much for it anyways.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things of like, it's yours though.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch my shit. Like if you're doing it as like a gift and you're gonna fix it and give it back to me, sure. But like,
right. But then if I'm like, hey, I don't want to fix it, I'm just gonna like trade it in or something like that, and then they fix it and they're like, well, I want $700. Well, there's been no agreement, so I'm just gonna take my vehicle.
Yeah. For more context, the $800 Canadian dollars was the price match for the junkyard. I'm a 21-year-old female university student. He's done work on my car before, quote, under the table because it was cheaper and easier for me. So there was already that dynamic.
Is this entitled versus entitled? I don't know.
I don't think she's really entitled though.
Well, I mean, she just said that the $800 matched what the junkyard. So he matched the junkyard thing. He fixed it. Said, hey, either $700 you have a car you can drive, or $800 and.
Yeah, but it's your, like, before you start touching somebody else's shit, you make that agreement. Like, be like, hey, I could fix it. I'll buy it off. Like, he should have not done anything and told her that she'd.
Yeah, I'll just match what the junkyard gave you. I mean, but it's still same situation.
But it's not because he's already done the work. So now it's fixed. Like, he's already put the work in. Like, technically, she could just go to the fucking junkyard. And like, that's probably what I would do just to be a fucking dick. Be like, $800 at the junkyard, they take it back. I'm not giving you jack shit. Like you didn't. I had no ability to tell you yes or no. You just did it. So that's on you. You put out $700. Fuck you.
Right.
What really bothers me, though, is that he never asked for my permission before repairing it this time. We never had any conversation about going ahead with the fixes, and we definitely never discussed me selling the car to him. He just made those decisions on his own and now expects me to deal with the outcome. A comment says, I think just sell the car to him. It's more than you'd get for scrap anyway. Somebody else says, yeah, I mean, why can't OP sell the car herself for like $2,000 or whatever she can, then give the boyfriend the $700 and keep the $1,300. And the last comment is, this man stole a turd from your toilet without your permission, polished it into a sellable condition, and is offering to buy it from you. Freak behavior, but just take the turd goblin's money and move on.
That's what I'd do.
Yeah. I think it's the principle of it that really fucks with me, just because, like, you touched my shit without me agreeing to it. Like, it's mine. Like, so I can't think of another example of where you could do this, but, like, it's your thing. Right. Somebody goes ahead and fixes it and then now puts you in the rock and the hard place of, like, do I just pay them the $700 and take my car back that is now fixed? Do I, sell it to them for $800? They're going to resell it now. Like, I think there's two options. You either scrap it and tell them to get fucked, or sell it and make the money, the profit, and give them the $700. Those are the only two options, in my opinion. Because, like, they were trying to get over on you. Like, they were trying to be like, I'll fix it up and then I'll sell it. Well, yeah, you can do that if you had the conversation with me, but it's my car. Like, you can't decide that you're going to sell something that's mine without talking to me.
Right.
Like, and so they put her in a weird place. And for, like, a 21-year-old with a car, like, just once again, like, I think this is what we always talk about, communication. If they said something to you about, like, hey, well, we can fix it up. We'll buy it off you for $800. We'll resell it since you don't want to fuck with it. The junkyard will give you $800. But you do that before you fix the fucking car, rather than just take it upon yourself to do it.
I don't know. I in the grand scheme of, like, the entitled thing, I think they're both being a little entitled. I feel that way. Because if I was like, yeah, I'm gonna scrap this car, and then I left it somewhere, and the people that I left it with fixed the car up and then said, hey, I would give you as much money as you were going to scrap it for, or it's now fixed, it runs, it works, and everything like that. Pay me $700 for the fix. And I'll just be like,
but they did it to your shit without you being part of the conversation. That's the fucked up part. It's like,
well, technically, I'd be like, at this point, I'd be like, yeah, you give me $1,000 for that. I mean, it runs. It's a good running car right there. You give me $1,000 for that, sure, you can take off hands.
Yeah, and I guess you can negotiate up your price on that. But like the wild part though is, I mean, it's like if somebody came over, like, your porch is broken and then they fixed your porch and then they're like, here, pay me money. No,
well, I mean, there's also not the option to resell the porch then. Like, they do have, like, they were going to do something and they were going to get $800. But this person was like, I'm going to fix it up.
Without telling you.
But they said, I will buy it for the $800 that you were already going to sell it for. So either way, you still get the money that you were going to sell it for. They just gave you the option to pay $700 and have a good running car.
Without you having the options on the table to make a smart decision.
Right.
Like, you could have just scrapped it and got $800, period. Now they're wanting to buy it from you. Like, it puts you into a position you weren't anticipating being in. Like, they did all of this without consulting you with your property. Like, it's her car, not theirs.
I mean, we can agree to disagree. It's not a big disagreement, you know what I'm saying? But it's we can agree to just disagree on it.
Yeah.
It's just like, if I was in that situation, I could understand how the other person was thinking.
Yeah. I would just scrap it, get the $800, and then be like, sorry.
I feel like that's a douche move, though.
Yeah, they did a douche move by fixing your car without consulting you.
Oh, we got a 2DJB submission.
Submission.
And it's from Crystal with the blue hair, our backbone for this week.
Yeah.
Listeners of the Two Daddies Judge and Baddies podcast.
Judge and Baddies.
Oh, fucking no, yo. Judge and Baddies podcast.
You don't say podcast. You just
listeners of the Two
Daddies.
Okay.
We are
listeners of Two Daddies Judge and Baddies.
Judge and Baddies.
We have a viewer submission.
Viewer submission. Submit or be destroyed.
Gaycation. It's not gay.
Have a good time, gaycation.
What happens in Ibiza stays in Ibiza. What happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation.
Submit or be destroyed. Submit or be destroyed.
My 43 female, husband, 46 males, affair partner, 19 female, is pregnant, doesn't know the baby's father, and I don't know where to begin to fix this. We do have a trigger warning. This post is not responsible for your feelings. Call your therapist, dog, or best friend if it hurts your feelings or triggers you.
I feel like we need to add that to every trigger. Like that is the trigger warning.
Mood spoilers. I mean, if I told you, it wouldn't be a surprise. Did Crystal put all that in?
No, that was on the thing.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Nice. I like self-aware Redditors. A few days ago, my husband of 19 years came to me telling me he wanted us to sit down and talk as he needed to come clean that he has been having an affair for the past 6 months. He arranged with his mother to have the kids for the night, and she would get them to school in the morning so we could talk in private. He had arranged this with her in the day whilst I was at work. When I arrived home at 6:45 p.m., he was sitting in the living room alone, waiting, looking very nervous and quite frankly ill, as I was immediately concerned for him and asking where the children were. So she's like, oh God, he's dying. He's about to tell me he has cancer. God. He couldn't meet my gaze, reached out for my hands, sat down again, and quietly announced that he was so sorry and he never meant for this to happen, but he had cheated on me. I had no idea how to react as I was still concerned why no one else was home, and they all should have been home hours ago, normally getting back around 4 p.m., and none had messaged me to ask me to say they were out with friends. He started to ramble on. I think trying to explain himself as if there's any explanation for cheating. I wasn't paying attention. Demanding he tell me where our children were. Eventually, he told me that his mother was looking after them for the night. That's crazy that you think I'm going to stay with you for the night and not get my kids. He asked me to calm down and let him explain himself. I immediately snapped when he said this. How can he expect me to calm down when he just admitted to breaking our vows? What is there to explain? If he wanted a divorce, he should have just asked for one months ago. He started to get upset, begging me to please calm down and let him talk. He didn't choose this, but there's more to the story. You did choose it. You cheated. What?
There was a choice in that.
Yeah, you had a choice, and the good choice is just not cheat. It's easy. Very easy.
Well, two solid choices. If you really are unhappy and you want to end the marriage, end it. Or not cheat. But like both those are choices that you could make.
Yeah, he's 46, fucking a 19-year-old, a pedo too. I was so full of emotions, I walked outside and sat in my car. He followed me to the door crying and begging me to listen and please don't go. I sat in my car for I don't know how long, sobbing, thinking of our marriage and our children and what will happen now. Does this mean divorce, couple counseling? Can I forgive him? And the biggest question is, why? The biggest question, honestly, in this whole story is fucking, why didn't you use punctuation?
No, you don't need punctuation.
0 commas.
We live in modern society. You don't need to...
Multiple sentences combined together.
Yeah.
I kind of see why he cheated on you. Fuck with you. I mean, if he had to read notes like this, like, I couldn't imagine reading a fucking love note that was a whole page and there's no fucking... I don't know when to stop.
Do you love me?
Yeah, there's no emotion in this, obviously, because you don't know how to use punctuation. Why did he cheat? Who is she? Why is she better than me? Why is this woman more important than the life we have built together over the past 22 years? Why is this child? After maybe an hour of spiraling and crying, I was ready to hear him out and ask my questions. I knocked on the door.
She doesn't know who she is.
I knocked on the door. He opened it. He reached for my hand and we sat down again. He tried to lead me upstairs to our bedroom. I said, absolutely not. We are taking this through downstairs now or he can leave for the night. I didn't know what he wanted. I didn't know what to expect from what he wanted to tell me. I didn't care for the apologies and excuses. He told me the affair started 6 months ago, but it had been a secret messaging, nothing flirtatious from his side to begin with. Then things escalated. She became more boldly flirtatious during a night I was working. They slept together for the first time. That was supposedly 4 months ago. He hasn't admitted, so I believe they've been intimate regularly since. I asked why, who, how, so many questions. I didn't give him the time to answer as I began to spiral again. He said it was Emily, a name that didn't mean anything to me, and I laughed and said, am I supposed to know who this is? Then he said, James is Emily. James is our 18 male son. Emily, 19 female, is his ex-girlfriend as of 2 months ago. Holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I think James should be here to hear this conversation so James can whoop old dad's ass. I was so angry in that moment. I shouted at him to get out, and I didn't want him anywhere near me. I couldn't stand to look at him or listen to what he had to say. Next, how he would try and excuse not only having an affair, but with our son's ex, who he was still broken up about. She had broken up with him 2 months prior, which had him very upset, as they had a sensible and very positive relationship for over a year. She was fully welcomed in our home, and I was quite fond of her. The whole family had been sad to hear they had broken up. His younger siblings saying how they missed her coming around. Fucked.
And that was 2 months ago.
So
this started 4 months ago, where they
dad was having sex while they were in a relationship. Oh my God.
Fucking your kid's partner. Like
not only hurting your wife like that, which an affair too still hurts your children.
Yes.
But then going that extra step, and also you just don't fucking care about anybody. And now I guarantee you they wouldn't have known this unless she had gotten pregnant. I apologize. I'm getting away from things, but it is still so much to think about and hard to actually put down. My husband told me the reason he was coming clean to me now was that Emily had confided in him 2 weeks ago that she was pregnant, but was unsure as to who the father is. She said it could be him or James.
Oh, she's still fucking James too.
That's crazy. Well, I don't know. Maybe she had got pregnant 4 months ago or something. I don't know. He told me that he hadn't planned or wanted any of this. He didn't initiate the relationship. He tried not to get close with her, but he wasn't strong enough mentally, and it just happened.
Isn't it so dumb when people say things like that? Like, I didn't plan for Well, yeah, you didn't fucking want this to happen, but you knew the risks you were taking while you were taking them. Like, you knew it was a possibility. Like, yes, you didn't want bad outcome. No fucking shit. However, you did the thing that could equal.
I love how he was like, I would have never told you this, but she is pregnant, so I have to tell you. Upon hearing that, I got up and left. I couldn't stay there listening to him any longer. I drove 30 minutes away and checked into a hotel for the night, turning my phone off. I went to work the next day as normal, returning home to the kids out once again, and him waiting by the door, red eyes begging me to talk to him. I didn't have the energy to talk or argue. I just walked to our room and laid in our bed as he begged me, crying again. I'm not delusional enough to believe anything he says regarding how it was all her initiating the flirting. She is only 19, and he's more than twice her age, for God's sake. He didn't act alone, but to try to place all the blame on a teenager is quite frankly pathetic and makes me sick. It's been a few days since, and nothing is resolved. Things are back to normal for the sake of our children. James doesn't know about the affair or possible pregnancy. They're all back home, and I'm trying to make things appear as normal as possible until Christmas is out of the way. I don't want this affair mess to ruin what should be a joyful time of the year. What a good mom, too. Yeah. Just like fucking muscling through pain for the sake of her kids.
Yeah.
What a shitty fucking dude. I've hardly spoken to my husband since, except for when the children are around. Having to share a bed with him disgusts me. He's tried to cuddle me and get me to kiss him in front of the children. I feel so much animosity towards him. I fear my depression that I struggled with as a teenager will come back. I just want to cry everywhere. My heart is broken, not only for myself, but for our family. I know James needs to know, and the sooner the better, but I don't know that I can be there for us both right now. How do I even try to figure this out? When is the right time to tell James? I know it's so silly to think that we could keep this a secret until Christmas is over, but I don't have any idea where to start. It just feels like the worst time for us all. I don't know how to feel regarding everything. I know I'm nowhere near finding a solution or thinking of the next steps. I'm mostly concerned for James and the fallout this will have between him and his father and our 2 other children. Not even thinking about herself, just thinking about her kids. So not only, and it's so crazy because, you know, he's like, oh, I was just in a bad place. And it sounds like you are with a magnificent woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a magnificent woman.
Well, and the crazy thing is, though, is you try, like, and this is one of the things that I hate. I hate excuses. Like, I don't need an excuse. Like, you can give me the reasons why things happen, but none of that absolves the actual actions that were taken. Like, it doesn't matter if she, like, literally grabbed you by the dick and was like, rah, you can say no. Like, there's no, like, you don't get absolved of anything because she came onto you. Like, that doesn't make it any less.
Oh, I'm sorry.
bad.
If a 19-year-old teenage girl grabbed my dick, the only possible solution in that scenario, punch in the motherfucking eye. Because you can try to tell a story any which way. Like, oh, yeah, he wanted me to grab it. I just grabbed it. That was it. Like, as soon as, like, you turn her down, you don't know what she's going to do. You can't go to people with a fucking humongous black eye and be like, yeah, I grabbed his penis and...
I mean, yeah, you punch a chick in the eye. She could say that you were trying to take advantage of her.
Oh my God, yeah, you're just in a terrible situation.
No, like, and my whole thing, though, is like, you're talking to your wife. You fucked up. She doesn't need to hear excuses. All she needs to hear you say is like, I'm sorry, I fucked up. This was my bad. Like, you need to take the account. And like, that looks so much better than being like, well, yeah, she came on to me. Like, no, none of that fucking gets
Any
you
woman
out of
can
this.
come on to you and it not work.
You take the initiative to say like, no, I fucked up, and like take it all on the chin. And that's what people always
I love
think
the phrase "take it on the chin."
Well, they always think that their excuse is going to be like, oh, well, I see no, you fucked up. The fuck up is the problem. And you can explain how you got to the fuck up all you want, but that doesn't make it that you didn't fuck up. You fucked up. Take it on the chin. Yeah.
I mean, there are going to be some women out there who is like, that slut teenager seduced my son or seduced my husband. He didn't want to cheat, but she just.
I think accountability is the biggest thing that people do not realize how much it. Not that it would fix anything. However, like, you should not be trying to make out with your wife and kiss her and cuddle her and do all this other stuff. You need to let her figure out what the fuck she wants to do.
He's just taking advantage of the situation right now. Like, she probably already said, like, I want a good Christmas with my kids. And now he's trying to be like, oh, well, maybe I can make her fall in love with me and shit like that. Weirdo.
Yeah.
If only the story had an update, which we do, January 10th, 2026.
Oh, this is after the holidays.
Mm-hmm. The first one was December 19th, I think. Backfiller doesn't need to be read. This is a small update of what's happened since my first post. I hope everyone could see this. I haven't done this correctly. Please let me know. A little summary of my last post. We're not doing that. I just read that summary. Now to the update. After I made the post and read so many comments from amazing people, seriously, thank you to everyone who validated my feelings and helped me to create a plan of action. That was all one sentence.
Yeah, that was a solid sentence.
That night, after my children were in their rooms, I sat down with my husband and told him that I didn't feel comfortable sharing a bed with him anymore and that he needs to come clean to James about what he has done. I told him that I was going to contact a therapist for myself and for James, and as some comments had suggested, I would ask them if they think it's best for James to be told in their company for additional support. My husband didn't have anything to say. He just sat there taking it in. I think that was when he started to realize just how much he messed up. He told me he would be getting a hotel room for the night and staying with family or friends for the time being. I was able to speak to a therapist that Sunday, and after speaking with my sister about everything, I thought it was best to tell James as soon as possible, as I had known for a week. My sister took my other two kids for the day. They were reluctant to be away again. They knew something was up. I told them that once they come home, I would explain everything to them, and we will be okay. No one is ill, so don't worry, and I gave them both a huge hug. With me there, my husband spoke to James. He told him similar to what he had told me, but without any excuses and begging for forgiveness. James was quiet for a long time, so my husband went to another room to give some time alone. I didn't want to go into how James was, but that was not for me to talk about. I don't want to go into how James was, as that's not for me to talk about, but he was obviously very hurt. We spent a long time talking and consoling each other when James went for a lie down and my husband left for a bit. That evening, when my sister dropped my two younger kids home, their father came back and he explained to them about having an affair and that it was James's ex-girlfriend. We decided to not tell them about the possible pregnancy at this time until paternity is determined, and Morris concluded about that I am dealing with the affair and possible pregnancy as two separate issues. James and I, sorry.
So on that though, this poor kid, dad, son, like, this kid's coming into the world. Son can't go back to her. Fucking dad should not be with a fucking 19-year-old. Like, this poor fucking kid that's being brought into this situation. That is so fucked. Because it's not like she was out sleeping with a bunch of random fucking people and maybe she could keep one of them. It's father and son. Like, your girlfriend, your dad fucked her. You can't fucking work that shit out.
Ever.
You fucked my dad. Like, so how, like, that poor fucking, and then, like, technically, it's either this lady's fucking ex-husband's kid or it's her grandkid. Like,
I can say, if it is James' kid, then that child's going to have the greatest grandma ever.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, a woman that is this rational, and already said the 19-year-old's not at fault. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she has a fault in it, but she's not.
She's a kid.
She's a kid. There's a 46-year-old fucking man who is just not mature enough to fucking do anything. I guarantee you, she is not going to hold that baby accountable.
But if it's the dad's, man, that's fucked.
Yeah, that's fucked. Because I mean, she has no obligation to that child then. James and I have both gotten STD tests, all negative so far, but awaiting the full results. That's a little much. Concerning the possible pregnancy, I am only focused on helping because, normal regular affairs, they do the STD test, but it's kind of still all in the family. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but I mean, either of the kids could have picked something up and brought it back.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that the 19-year-old was the only one he was fucking. It might be, but then, yeah, who was the 19-year-old also having sex with? Concerning the possible pregnancy, I am only focused on helping James through it. What my husband chooses to do is his home business. James has contacted Emily regarding a paternity test. He hasn't shared with me his feelings. If the test comes back positive, we are taking things one step at a time. For myself, I am getting back into therapy, fortunately, and have been able to take some time off work. I am focusing on getting through each day and supporting my kids. Once the results for the paternity test are back, then I can worry about divorcing my husband. What? You can start that process now. I've been to a lawyer for an initial conversation, but I think it's best to just deal with one thing at a time for the sake of my mental health, and my children absolutely come first. The only contact I've had with my husband since is asking him about the kids. I think that's everything I have to update on currently. I will update again when I have more to share. Thank you for everyone who commented on my first post. The only question I have now is any advice for divorcing with children involved. I want it to be easy on them as it can be so much more, as it can be so much to move on from this mess. The good thing about it is, though, and especially like you don't have small children. The problem with divorcing with small children is the things that are running, like, are they divorcing because of me and all this stuff? The kids know why the divorce is coming. They can understand that. Dad cheated. Dad had sex with brother's girlfriend. They know. I think that her and the kids will be fine solely because she's an upstanding person.
Yeah. Well, and I think in any like custody battle or anything, he should not even fucking, like, I get it if you want to like play like you're a TV, I'm a good dad, but like for the reality of the situation.
Oh, you losing your house, pimp? You getting taken to the. You ain't gonna have nothing left in your name by the time she's done, though.
But the kids should be with mom. Like, that's the biggest thing. Is like the mom did nothing wrong. She's a great parent. Like, you're a fucking shit stain. You should not even like go for like 50-50 custody. You see the kids on the weekends because they shouldn't even really see you at all. You're a fucking monster.
I think unless he's so like for vanity, I think if you have sex with your child's partner, I don't think you care about your children at all.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though, is like I'm saying, like there should be no questions asked. Like you should just let her take the kids. You see them when you can, and like start to fucking fix yourself because you are a monster for fucking your son's girlfriend. Monster. If you want to try and come back from that, sure. But mom should just automatically, like, you guys stay with mom. She's got you taken care of. Like, for the well-being of your kids as a father, you should be like, I can't do this. Like, you take it over.
Now, I do want to say, Crystal, banging story. You got to keep up with it, though, okay? And you got to give us the update when the paternity test comes in.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, yeah, because it's we're February now, so it should be coming. You gotta keep on top of that story.
Because they broke up 2 months ago from December. So James is in the conversation. So she was more than 2 months pregnant. So we're going to say she was 3 months pregnant. Okay?
Well, could be 2.
Yeah. So
could have happened literally the week of them breaking up.
So she's 4 to 5 months pregnant right now. In 4 months, we need that update.
I think they can do paternity before they're born. I don't know how, but I think it like when they do different tests, they can test for.
I didn't know that.
I'm not sure. I might be completely wrong on that.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
I don't know.
There we go. I don't know.
Andrew Bowser, if you would like to be on this podcast and read crazy fucking Reddit stories with us, come on.
Bro, him, 2 hot takes, read it on Wiki. None of them even read my message. I'm like, you dicks.
Maybe once we get a couple more 1,000 people listening to every episode, we'll be on their radar.
Yeah, but then we're gonna be the Netflix to their Blockbuster.
Nah. It's a communal thing. They don't have to starve for us to eat. We can all eat.
Oh yeah, that's what the craziest thing is too, is because we sent him messages and then Dylan was like, they might view us as like competition. And I'm like, that's crazy because you can like if I watched one movie,
I don't think I said that.
I think we were having some conversation and you had said something about.
I think I was saying that we would be like colleagues of. I did not say that like we were.
Maybe I was talking to somebody had told me like because I was like because if you watch one TV show and then there's another TV show you like, you can't just be like, well, I don't watch Game of Thrones because I watch Breaking Bad and I know that.
That's me. I watch Breaking Bad, so I can't watch Game of Thrones.
There you go. Don't watch Game of Thrones. You waste your fucking time.
It was already like 5 or 6 seasons in when I was like, man, I'm too late.
I'm still saying watch it. Like just watch. Honestly, people get too pretentious about season 6 and 7, but you can watch 1 through 7 and have a great time, and just make up your own ending.
Well, and I'm not as a stickler for them being amazing because, like, still, I would not watch whatever Welcome to Derry again. Like, I'll probably watch if they come out with a second season. I'll probably watch it just to see. But like, I wasn't as like, this is just dog shit.
I'm going to say they for a dog shit first season, their season finale was really good. Take out the military stuff. God, that was so stupid. Because him just being like, I always remember a smell. And he's like, oh, God, you are a monster. You knew he was a monster.
Yeah, from the beginning.
From the beginning, you knew.
You wanted that monster on your side.
You wanted him to eat people because black people were like, hey.
Civil rights.
Can we get a couple rights here?
No. All right. Today I fucked up telling my dad about the Karen meme. My family loves to overshare. This lack of filter sometimes has the tendency to get people into trouble because not all the information is provided, even when it's meant harmlessly. My parents are a bit older, prime, okay, boomer age. I was talking to my dad the other day on the phone because his birthday dinner was in a few days. I asked how my mom was doing, and he goes on to tell me a story about how my mom and aunt, Karen, were at the store and the cashier made a mistake. My aunt went off on the cashier and asked to see the manager. My mom was mortified and tried to calm her down, but she wasn't having it. I then mentioned to my dad, that's such a Karen thing. He goes on to say, yeah, your aunt does that a lot. I tell him, that's the funny part. The Karen meme is a real thing. It's when an entitled, typically white woman gets angry at the smallest mistake and asks for the manager. My dad found this hilarious, and I explain in more detail.
Dad's just like, no, there's a really, because I love how the kid's like, that's such a Karen thing. He's like, yeah, that is your aunt.
Your Aunt Karen, she's a wild one.
It's like the kid on Reddit posted that his name's Luke, and he was growing up, and his mom would run him a bath and make it lukewarm, and he always thought like,
it's my warm.
Yeah, it's his type of warm. And I wonder how perplexed he was when he heard someone else say lukewarm. It was like, how'd you know that? How'd you know that's how?
I like it a nice, perfectly 85 degrees. All right. My dad found this hilarious, and I explain in more detail. I send him a few links to sites explaining it online. He finds all of this hilarious, and she even has the Karen hairstyle. This sends him down the Google Images rabbit hole, and the next few days, he sends me random memes of Karens doing Karen stuff, adding, your aunt did this last week. Or, I think this one is about your aunt. This leads up to his birthday dinner with extended family. My dad's birthday dinner is going well. Everyone is having a good time, good food, good drinks, etc. Suddenly, my aunt, sitting a few seats down from me, leans forward and loudly shouts down the table, hey, my name? What's the whole thing about making a meme about me? I respond with, huh? She then tells me my dad sent her all these memes about things she's done.
That's he just sends it to her. She's like, hey, this is you.
He didn't give her the context that it's a generic meme from the internet and what it's about. Now my aunt thinks that I made all these memes about her real life events. The funny thing is that she like that I did that and I did that.
Wow, yeah, and you just bringing up my personal stuff.
At this point, the entire family thinks I created this meme on the internet about my aunt's antics in public. There is a back and forth discussion about it being really rude of me. She's pulling a Karen and starts chewing me out. Meanwhile, I'm looking at my dad like, what the fuck? Back me up here. My dad finally steps in to say, this is just a random viral internet thing and that I didn't make these up behind my aunt's back. Even after explaining, she's a bit irritated. It is apparent she is embarrassed that she is so much like a, quote, Karen and couldn't tell the difference between the stories online and her own encounters.
This is a canon event for your aunt, and now she will change everything about her being.
Not at all.
I think if you're so in the game that you start to see memes and all of them, you're just like, I feel like this has been something I have done. Maybe it is too late for you.
It's just so wild that you could go like nobody in your circle has made that joke yet to you. Be like, you are like the internet meme Karen. Like
right.
you do this all the time. Nobody, which I mean, I guess if she's like boomer age and never really caught on to the fact that that's like running around the internet. But
I love how the dad, who was her brother, is just roasting her, sending her those memes. That's the funniest shit too.
And that she's got the haircut, the name, the
He's not giving her any context, just sending the memes over to her. That's so good.
So what do we got up next, Mike?
I think we have everybody's favorite segment.
Incel thoughts.
Incel thoughts. Prepare to be amazed by. Wow, fuck. I need to be like, every time I do that, you're like, incel thoughts. You have no idea what I am capable of. Just always do it like that with a little hand gesture. You fucking suck, Sierra. You're dating a guy, that loser and not me. You're dating that loser and not me. I'm better than that guy. I actually like you. I feel like that title is pretty much, he could have just said that.
Yeah. But no, he goes hard. Sierra's a fucking bitch.
Yeah, Sierra is a bitch. This is a vent, by the way.
You could have been loved.
Yeah, you could have been swooned. I have rigorously researched the female vagina, and yes, while it was on a hentai woman, I still get the gist. All the little flappy things, they don't have that in hentai. That's kind of scary. But we get past that. I can tell that you changed your work schedule to avoid me, and you're over there seeing that fucking loser. Miss, I'm not looking for anything at the moment. Yeah, you are. What's wrong with me? I'm good looking. I actually have a career and like you. I actually fucking like you. And you're over there dating that sorry-ass Chad. I couldn't even get a date with you. You are even the same nice and kind person you aren't even the same nice and kind person you once were. You started becoming an asshole, making your coworkers do all the talking to me while you sit in the back, quietly talking to that geek you like so much. They don't work at the same place, do they? Oh, fuck. So you're just like,
I don't know.
I'm going to her work. What have you been up to? Not much. All wise. You're with him while I'm over here knowing that you're not a good person. Why not just tell me straight up? Why did you have to change your shifts? Once I knew that I knew you wide and you were seeing somebody that's not me. Because you closing showed me that you were still single and not going out, but you are. It was all wise. I hope you stay single. I hope he leaves you. Stay that quiet, reserved person you are and never have a life. We never dated, but I hope you never become happy with the person you're with and they leave you, ghost you, and cheat on you. You're a terrible person that never gave me a chance. Fuck you, Sierra.
I guess they do work together.
And fuck that Chad. Yeah, you see, I went up to her and I was like, hello, my lady. I have a career, even though we work at the same place. We all work at the same place. But I walked up to her and I said, hello, my lady. She said, I knew she was interested in me because she asked me how my day was. So as soon as she did that, I knew she wanted the dick. And she would always smile and tell me good morning, which signified that she did not have a boyfriend, but come to find out she was a lying slut.
Well, and if you work shift work like that, you're either working at a restaurant, a fucking grocery store, you're working somewhere where your shifts move around. That's not a career. Like, I mean, you can work that and there's no problem with that. However, that's like a career is like if you decided to become an electrician or work in IT or like that's a career. Like having a job is not a career. Like
I disagree with that. I disagree. Like, I mean, a lot of these other things involve outside, electrician is apprenticeship and IT is, schooling and stuff like that. And some people don't have the luxury, you know what I'm saying, to do that stuff.
Anybody can do that at any point in time.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it comes from different places. But I mean, if you're like working in a factory or something like that.
You don't switch shifts closing and doing like what I'm saying is his thing that he's doing. He's working at a restaurant or a grocery store or something along that where like people work random shifts.
Right.
You're not.
Well, I mean, you could want to move up and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
think because there are some people that work in the restaurant industry that want to be in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And like, I mean, I guess, yes. So it could be a career, but like if you are a waiter, you could then work anywhere else. It doesn't like, you're not like locked into a career where this is going to be your future unless you want it to be. And that's fine. You can make a career out of it. You could become like a manager or whatever. But with his position, he is not.
Now, if he would have said something like, yeah, and you know what? When I become supervisor of Family Dollar, let's see if you had a job, I'd be on board with you.
Yeah. Well, and that's what he is. Like he is a person that works on shit. That's not a career. Like, yes, if you move into management, you take this for the long haul and you're going to be something in that. But you simply working at a restaurant, like I have a career. You don't have a career. You have a job. Like, and you can make that your career in the future, but he's a young guy that works somewhere like a restaurant.
Right.
Like that's not a career yet. You can make it.
Right.
But like him trying to be like, and I'm a awesome guy with a career. No, dude, you work at a fucking.
And you're working at the same place they work at.
Yes. And they switch schedules to get away from you. Fuck you, Sia.
Fuck you, Sia, you fucking lying sweat.
I would have been able to womance you. My bio mom who gave me up is now pulling the "but I'm your mother" card.
What? You have no power here, slut. You bitch.
I was adopted at birth. It was a closed adoption, and I never had a relationship with my birth family ever. I know very little about them, and that's the way I like it. My little sister, who's also adopted but not blood related to me, has been being a hot mess. It's a whole other story, and has been trying to get my brother and I to contact our bio families, and we both don't want to. We are all adopted but not blood related to each other. So anyways, she gets in contact with my bio mom and gives her my number, and she starts texting me.
What a bitch.
What a solid adoptive family, though. Like, sounds like, they took in 3 kids that needed a home.
Yeah, one of the adopted ones is one of the ones that's like, I have to know my bio family. But then not only that, you need to know it too, like, because it's something that I have a preference for. So you need to have a preference over that too.
Yeah, I don't want to. Don't, no. Oh,
no, but you have to.
I gave your mom your number.
Right.
Context is she has older and younger kids that she kept. I don't know why I was adopted out, but my theory is that it has something to do with my bio dad. Like I was an affair baby or she had a new boyfriend or something like that. Most of her kids don't have the same dad from what I do know, but I don't know for sure and I don't care. Not like I'll ever get a straight answer anyway. So again, this woman gave me away. Didn't push for a relationship until I was an adult. And then here's the best part. After trying to butter me up by saying a bunch of BS, she, drumroll,
asked me for money?
Asked me for money.
Yeah, I knew it.
Laugh my fucking ass off. Yep, of course she did. I said no, and she said, but I'm your mother. We are family. No, the fuck we are not. The woman who raised me is my mother. The woman who read me bedtime stories and talked me through breakups and took me to doctor's appointments is my mother. You don't get to give me away and then think I owe you something because I'm blood related to you. I'm actually so shocked that she even had the balls to ask. That's bold. In quotes, it says, I'm your mother. And then she says, I actually gagged. Somebody says, block her. Block your sister if you have to. I changed my phone number. You owe your vagina of origin nothing.
I like that, vagina of origin.
Yeah, that's such a great term. Because, it doesn't matter what dick or balls you came out of and then went into a vagina. Like, you owe none of that to anybody. Like, it's the people that read you the bedtime stories. It's the person that took you to the doctor's appointments.
So that would mean I have no parents.
You can claim orphanage at 30-some years old.
Right.
All right, so this one I like too. No, it's a complete sentence. And fuck off. That's another one. I'd be so pissed at your sister for giving your egg donor your number. Honestly, block her. You never wanted a relationship with her. Yeah, my sister and I are on very bad terms over this behavior and have been for a while. She's a nightmare. Yeah, it's such a dick move. Like, it's not anybody's place to force you into finding out who your biological parents are.
Well, she is one of those adopted kids. It's like, I have to know them.
That's fine.
And you need to know them too for your closure. It's like, no, I don't. It's like, you do. You don't know that you do, but you do.
I'm completely fulfilled with the actual mother that was there for me. And like, I love her and I don't even want to open that door.
What an upstanding kid that is, though. My mother is the person who tucked me in at night, read bedtime stories to me, talked me through breakups and stuff like that.
Well, because like, I can understand.
I guarantee you, favorite kid, though.
I can understand being like curious about it. And if you want to be, that's fine. But like you being curious about it doesn't mean anybody else that's been adopted needs to find out who if they decide to at some point, sure. But it's kind of goes back to the whole like car thing. It's your thing. Like you get to decide what you do with it. And so with your birth, nobody else gets to decide to find your bio mother or bio father. Like that's your choice. And the fact that your sister went out and did that alone is bad enough, but then her giving your number to your birth mom, no, that's super fucked. I would delete her from my life, like instantly.
So our last story for today says, Plain Seat Bandit finally happened to me. I enjoy the story. I enjoy the author of the story and what they do because it's such a good way to get back. So instead of snarking somebody super hard, which I'm all in favor of a good snark, let somebody know where they sit in life. That's what a good snark can do to somebody. She takes it a different approach.
I would ask you if you've ever had this happen to you, but you haven't gotten on a plane. So,
and I will never. So
I've done it. I've flown dozens of times, and I think there's only been a couple times where any interaction like this happens. But I think it was like where me and somebody else that I was flying with had different seats, and we're just like, "Hey, you're over there by yourself. You could just move to either window or aisle. You cool with doing that?" And they either say yes or no, which usually it's like, yeah, if it's not a big deal. But then if they say no, you just, okay. And you just ride it like you were by yourself.
Your friend sits next to a bad bitch and you're sitting there, it's like, hey, we switch. And you're just like, no, don't. They wave back at you.
I'm good.
You're sitting alone back there, bud. It's who are we to switch seats? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, God put us in these seats.
Yeah. I'm right where I need to be. People stealing plane seats and getting told off for it are some of my favorite stories on Reddit. With the increase of plane seat bandits, most likely due to airlines mostly making it a requirement to pay for seats if you want to sit next to your plane partner, I have been half expecting to run into one since, and my husband and I travel a lot for work. Well, it finally happened, and it was fun. Me and my husband always buy plane seats towards the back of the plane. As we stroll down, we see a lady with a young son, maybe 11 or 12, sitting in our seats. They were both deep in their phones. When I told her she was in our seats, we had to wake up at 3 to drive to the airport. We didn't really sleep, so I was not in the mood for bullshit. She smiles and tells us that they weren't seated together, so the stewardess told her they could sit here. Yeah, she most definitely didn't. I smile back and say that we paid for these seats, so we would like to sit there. She keeps smiling her stiff smile and points to other empty seats behind us and asks if we wouldn't mind sitting in one of them since they already settled and were comfortable. Would it even matter? Well, I said, yes, since the plane is still boarding, so they might all be reserved, and it really messes with the system if people sit in random seats. She is starting to lose her smile and says if those seats aren't available after the plane is finished boarding, they would move. I am not confrontational and am usually a people pleaser, so I'm struggling to stand up for myself, but I'm so proud for doing it anyways. Meanwhile, my husband is struggling between boarding passengers to get to the flight attendant. I sigh, and with half a smile, I say, I'm sorry, but I just want to sit down and not stand in the hallway blocking people to see if maybe there are empty seats when I paid for our seats. And besides, I would like the police to be able to identify our bodies by seat number in case the plane crashes and our family want to bury our remains. The kid's face, which had been glued to the phone the entire time, shoots up in shock, and he looks at me, and he looks between me and his mom. It was delicious. That is so good. That is the best fucking bam.
Such a good, like, to think on your feet like that, just in that moment, that's such a great way to just handle that.
Right. She has a bewildered look on her face. There is silence for 5 seconds before she packs up her stuff and pokes her son to move. I keep smiling sweetly and thank her and plop myself down as my husband returns with a flight attendant. I tell her everything is fine, and I tell my husband what happened. We laughed, and I'm pretty sure the mom heard, or I hope so. I didn't look back, but I think I'm not mistaken of feeling lasers staring the back of my head. Luckily, the flight was only 3 hours, so I didn't need to walk past for the loo.
The loo.
The loo.
And then there was a guy that ate some Haribo
Gummies, yeah.
sugar-free gummy bears.
And then he just shit everywhere. Ah, man. I imagine me pooping on a plane.
No.
Plane ride from hell.
Well, see, that's the crazy thing, though, is when you're in those environments, people, like, when you go to shows, like music shows and things like that, it's like people know that they can't be, like, pointed out for it, and, like, people just let loose, and I'm like, why? Like, I'm holding my shit in so that I don't gas this whole place out. Why do you feel like it's okay to just, like, gas bomb everybody that's here in this tightly packed, like, or a plane? You know, people will just shit themselves, and it's like, fuck you, dude. Like, go to the bathroom.
You know how you get tickets on, like, online on movies?
Mm-hmm.
I do that shit all the time. And the reason that, you know, I get so angry is because it's a TV screen. There are different places. I like to sit, like, the fifth row back from the screen right in the middle.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's the perfect place.
You can see it all, but, like, you still kind of got to scan. It feels immersive.
If I can't get that, then I go very back. So I just have, like, I can see the whole screen. Like, if I can't get the immersive feel of being in the surround sound, being in the middle of the surround sound, I'll go to the back. So anytime I go to the theater and, like, someone's just sitting in there, like, I didn't get those fucking seats, I'm just like, yeah, y'all got to get up.
Yeah.
Don't get up.
Well, and that's the thing. Is
I'll put my foot on the fucking thing because a lot of them, like, have you can,
the
like,
bar.
recline them back now, and I'll just fucking put that shit back in. I'm like, we got to get up. Y'all got to go.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, like, if you didn't buy those specific seats and nobody did, then sure. But the second that somebody's like, yep, this is me, you just get the fuck up. It's not your spot. Like, and yes, is that inconveniencing you? Yeah, but you're being the one that's just trying to, like, get over. Like,
Right.
if you try it and it fails, no harm, no foul. Like, you go.
So every theater, they have the online where you can get the seats. But then, like, they'll tell you what seats are taken up when you go there to buy the ticket. So you then buy it and you have your, like, seat numbers. So you don't know, like, to sit anywhere, why would you just assume those seats weren't taken? Wait till the movie starts if there's seats that are not taken. Sure, move.
Well, but then still at that point, like, if people didn't buy those seats and somebody else decided, like, I can see be like the first person there, sit down where you want to sit. And then if somebody comes with the proof that they've got it, then sure, give it up. But otherwise, then just somebody else is going to randomly sit there. So, like, if you want those seats, you just sit in them. And then if nobody comes, you're good. If somebody says, hey, those are my seats, then you go find a new spot to sit.
I remember Endgame when that came out, like, I got me and my wife, and I had to be on it right as tickets sold because I knew they were just going to, like, pack out because this was the Thursday. It premiered before Friday. They have, like, one showing of it. And the whole parking lot is full of people just standing at the front getting told there's no tickets for this. Like, it sold out immediately.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dumb people. Can't wait. That was the first instance I ever had of someone sitting in my seats, though. I was like, nah, you gotta
I've never
get the fuck
bought them
up.
online, and I've never been to a theater that was like, these are your seats. But I don't.
Well, I mean, if you
anymore.
buy them online, you have to buy the exact seat you want. It even pops up with the whole thing. That's why I couldn't understand after that. People, like, taking, I'm like, you see online, but then I'm like, oh yeah, they still sell them at the front too. So
yeah, I've never. But I don't go to the movies.
look, just don't steal. And I'm talking to you, the listener. Don't steal people's seats. Okay, whether on a plane or on a theater, you can't steal someone's seats. But you have stolen my heart, and I love you so much, guys. And we will see you next time.
Later.